Tara, you've been on the program multiple times now telling the American people this is what's happening between our federal government and the NGOs and these other countries. They're like one big child sex and labor trafficking ring. And now I just told you at the beginning of all this, Tara, there is another horde of 1,500 in southern Mexico trying to get up here and get in while Joe's still in. And the majority are kids. Where do you think they'll end up? Like the other 320,000 they lost?
Well, what's really sad, Dan, and first, thank you again for having me on to
Of course.
highlight the critical issue of government sponsored, taxpayer funded child trafficking. It is absolutely unacceptable that the United States government is a white glove delivery service of children. And that's what's happening. And the secretary admitted it. He said, we take the children from DHS into our custody and then we turn custody over to a sponsor here in the United States. Now, what I can tell you, and people can go look online for themselves, is that some of these sponsors are criminals, traffickers, and members of transnational criminal organizations, to include gangs,
Yep.
cartels, MS-13, 18th Street Gang. The children were telling us they were being lured here. And it's just astounding to me. So now is the time that we need to rescue these children and we need to prosecute these traffickers, period.
Like, what kind of heinous people are working at HHS and other agencies that are allowing this to happen? Why aren't there more Taras? Where are the whistleblowers?
Yeah, well, sadly, Dan, HHS has systematically tried to silence people who've come forward. They have fired people at their agency. And as you know, in my case, once I reported MS-13, they threatened me with investigation. They did what's called the perp walk, where they take you out with security in front of all of your peers, and they took my badge. So they took my badge because I was reporting sex trafficking of the children. And it's absolutely unbelievable that they would do this. And the Senate has just released this report yesterday, and it explains how HHS has been obstructing justice because they are not releasing the data that's being asked for by the states, by Congress, by DHS when they were trying to find the missing children. Can you imagine? I just I can't imagine right now. HHS has data that would lead to the rescue of children and they won't turn it over. It's
Wow.
it's astounding. It's astounding.